Now, taps are running dry in many parts of the country, but the pockets of water tank mafias are certainly not running empty. The criminal syndicates are thriving, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. What they do is they allegedly sabotage the water infrastructure so they can then profit by providing tankers to affected areas. The chairperson of Parliament's Water and Sanitation Portfolio Committee, Robert Mashego, joins us to discuss this further. Good to have you with us this morning, Mr. Mashego. Tell us about how this actually came to your attention as the Portfolio Committee in Parliament dealing with issues of water and sanitation.
Good morning to the listeners and the viewers. Look, we were a little bit worried because every now and then when you install infrastructure today, 2 days thereafter, the infrastructure is gone or it is back to unworking conditions and so forth and so on. We started then following up on, not only in KZN, but all over the show, following up on what is the issue. So sometimes you have people who are holding meetings alongside the project that you do, only to realize that the people that you talk to most of the time are people who have got their trucks, who are actually the ones who are servicing people with water and in case where there's no water. But immediately when you leave the area where we have installed the project, within their presence, the infrastructure is gone. But we have realized that in fact they are very well organized. They are removing them deliberately because it affects their business. And it's not only in KZN, as I'm saying, all over the country, that is the situation.
Are you saying then, Mr. Mashego, that these water tank mafias are the businessmen themselves, the entrepreneurs themselves, that the municipality uses in order to provide water to the communities, and whom the municipalities actually contract whenever these type of services are needed?
Yes, exactly the point. In actual fact, they are in cahoots most of the time, even with the officials of the municipalities where they are operating. Sometimes you find that even the trucks are sometimes owned by municipal officials themselves.
And so what is the solution to this problem, especially when you're saying that this also could be an internal issue, that there are those within the municipality who are working in conjunction with this water tank mafia?
Look, we have arrested some, and most of the time they unfortunately you find that the judgment are against ourselves. But there are most of the time where we arrested those mafias, and as I'm saying, some of them you will find that they are municipal officials who themselves have bought trucks. You can't understand when you are an official, why did you buy water tank when you are not supposed to be a service water tankering system as municipal employees. So we do, unfortunately, they are so organized, they are broad. You don't end them with immediate effect, but we do arrest some of them.
And as far as the procurement processes are concerned, is there something that you've gone into to look at as to who are these businesses, how were their contracts even initially handed out to them, and whether they are actually valid and regular?
Remember, I am the chairperson of the oversight committee. My responsibility and duty is to oversight the executive authority that need to deal with those factual inaccuracies is the department led by the minister. So as and when he called us in to come and oversight, we find those, but we are not allowed generally to go into the details of how the work happens because we are an oversight committee rather than an executive authority.
So talk to us about the way forward now. Yes, the problems have been identified. What are the type of solutions that your portfolio committee is actually putting in place? What is the way forward? You know the problem. What are the solutions?
As part of the department being an oversight committee that oversees the department, we do have quite a number of meetings with the department, like we will be having one after the portion of work today, to plan as well how do we move forward. Honorable Minister Mkunu do have a working plan, but unfortunately, as we know, the municipalities themselves plan against the very tide. So we really need to work together as a DDM, district development model, wherein we take all departments, the police, the intelligence, and everybody else to work with. Because in the absence of that, infrastructure is damaged all over the show, railway lines, ESCOM, and so forth and so on. We are just part of the bigger scheme of things. But our planning together with the intelligence, the police, and sometimes we will want even to use the army to help us to sustain the fight against these particular criminals.
Mr. Robert Mashego, thank you for your time this morning. He is the chairperson of the Water and Sanitation Portfolio Committee in Parliament. And one of the problems there, especially, is the fact that it is the business owners themselves, the entrepreneurs themselves, who are being contracted by the municipalities, who it seems, from the investigations that have been conducted, are at the heart of this, sabotaging the infrastructure, so they then in turn will be, recontracted to fix what they themselves had broken. And the fact that municipal workers are also, in some of these instances, in cahoots with them. I wonder if deploying the SANDF to oversee that is really the solution and the way to go. But we'll continue watching that story very, very closely.